Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Yannick. I'm the French guy from Switzerland, and in this this live stream, we are going to continue our journey in the Software Boutique 2.0 for Ubuntu MATE. We are going to add a GUI to our rather dry application for the moment. Baby steps, you know. We'll start with a CLI, then add some basic GUI, and then we're going to add more stuff. Good evening, Wolfin. Thanks for joining me on this stream. Hopefully you can hear me and see me. What do you say? It is hard to run Software Boutique as root in terminal. Yes, it's not intended to be run as root in the terminal. All right, you can hear me and see me. That's fine. So yes, last time we managed to have our library return us the same format for snaps and debs. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to implement a basic search. So basic window with, you know, a label, a text input field, a button, and maybe some kind of output to display our results. So let's dive into our beloved Ubuntu MATE virtual machine, and let's do something. So I'm going to let's go back to the chat for a while. I'm going to make a new project, a new thing, a new directory. I have installed the library as a development library, so if I have to make some modification, I don't have to reinstall it. It's a nice feature of Python, this thing where you can have your development code installed as a library, so other pieces of code can use it. What version do I use for the virtual machine? You are curious. Well, let's see. LSB release -A. This is the Hirsute Hippo. That's 2104. I haven't switched to 2110 yet. It's a bit early. It's a little bit early. I have a sticker in there that is not really aesthetic. Let's try and hide that. I don't know if I can hide it. Yes, you were correct, of course. What else would I use for a stream about the future boutique, software boutique for Ubuntu MATE, right? Okay, so let's see, how are we going to do this? I have to be honest, I have tested stuff, I have rehearsed a little bit, but I don't have written notes. I have a few tabs opened in my Google Chrome, but we're going to try and not look at that too much. So let's go into our project folder. Okay, here are all my projects. Let's create a Boutique 2.0 folder. Okay, and open Visual Studio Code because that's always good. Yeah, I'm excited about 2110 too. Okay, we don't need that. Don't save that. It's gonna be a great release. As Martin said, 2104 is the best release so far, but 2110 is probably gonna be a lot better. Right. What do we want to do? Let's start with the basics, right? We're going to have a Boutique 2.0 shell script, because that's how we do things. It's gonna be a bash script, and it's gonna call Python 3, and let's say src main.py .py, which does not exist at the moment. Let's change mode. As you can see, I've rehearsed a few things. So Fish remembers the commands. Okay, so we have a shell script that does nothing. That's great. Let's make it do something. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was still in the chat mode. Yeah, so that's it. I haven't done a lot of stuff. I have just created this Boutique 2.0 shell script, which only runs main.py, which does not exist yet. So let's create this source folder and create that main.py file. Let's do the main name equals main thing. If main equals name, then we know we are running from the command line. Oh, well, we are running as a program and we are not included as a library. So what do we want? We're going to use Python and Qt5. So we're using PyQt5. I have installed that already on the machine. I think later on I'm going to use QtCreator, but I thought, you know, before using a tool that generates code for me, I would like to know a little bit how you do that, you know, by hand. Because once you know how painful it is to do it by hand, you appreciate a tool a lot more. So we're going to do some Qt5 coding by hand tonight. Hello, Big Pod. Thanks for stopping by. Just right on time to see the first ever window for Software Boutique 2.0 pop on the screen. Fingers crossed if everything goes right. So, how do we create a Qt5 application in Python? Well, if memory serves, we go something like this. Q application, and we need to pass some arguments that we don't care about right now, except it doesn't know where Q application is because it is hidden somewhere. It is hidden in I think it's Qt5 PyQt5, yeah, there we go. Qt widgets import Q application. There we go. Okay. A Qt application needs a window, and that's going to be our boutique window, the main window for the software boutique. So it's gonna go something like window equals, let's say, boutique window. Why not? Then we're gonna have to show that window and exec the app. Something like that. Something like that. Let's see. Yes. Class boutique. I'm going to write this class in this file right now. Of course, I'm gonna have to move that in its own file later on. That's gonna be a bit of refactoring. So boutique window is a class that extends QWidget. QWidget. Yes, QWidget. Okay. And we're going to need a constructor. Right. Ooh. That's a lot of stuff that we don't need right now. Okay, let's remove everything there. I think we don't need that. And all the defaults will be okay. That seems to compile. So are you guys ready? Yeah, sure, Wolfing. No problem. Are you guys ready to see the first ever window of the new software boutique? Wait for it, that's gonna be legendary. All right, that's the first time this window will show up. Ta-da! Job done. Thank you. Woo, I have a window. So, Big Pod, you were there the first time the new software boutique came to life. I want to add some stuff in that window. I would like to have a label, a text field, and a button. Okay. This is probably going to be in an horizontal layout or something. So layout equals, what's the horizontal one? The Q horizontal box layout. There we go. Now we want a label. So that's going to be that. If someone knows how to implement translations or well, that translation thing in packge 5, let me know in the chat. I haven't looked it up just yet. So our label, we want to search for a package. So let's have this label here. We need to add that to the layout. Okay, we want a how is it called? Align something. That's my text field. It's a QLineEdit. That's it. That's the one I want. Layout.add widget text field. Okay. And I want a button. So button equals Q push button search. And I want to add that to the layout. Okay. And we want to add this layout to our window. Otherwise, it's not very useful. We have a window, we have a layout, we have stuff in the layout. Let's see. Woo! Yes, that did work. What's my window? Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, it's nice. It's expanding. The text edit is expanding. Ooh, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay. We want some minimum size in this window. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem. How do we set a minimum size? By Qt5 set minimum window size. How to set minimum size of window? Well, set minimum size with 8. That's easy. Self.set minimum size with an 8. Let's say 800 by 450. Yeah. Oh. So now we have this in the middle of the window. I want that up there. And I want something below that to display our results. So how do we do that? I think, if my memory serves, we need to embed that in a group. Add the layout to the group, so we have this horizontal thing, and then add a vertical layout here, I believe. So let's try and do that. Okay, we're probably gonna need to create some functions there. Like this should be a function probably that build top row. And it's going to return a Q layout. Yes. Except we need to group that in a group, a Q group box. That's the thing. That's the thing. Then I can do that here. Then we set the layout of the group. Group.setLayout layout. And all this thing, I'm going to do that with QtCreator once I manage to understand how QtCreator works. Because it's gonna be a lot simpler to do that and edit with QtCreator. But we need to suffer a little bit. You know, learn how valuable the tool is. So group equals group box group.setLayout. So that's fine. Return group, and so it doesn't return a Q layout. It's going to return a Q widget. Okay. Right. So now we can say that that's the top row equals self.build top row. Okay. I missed something here. There we go. We need a vertical layout, so that's going to be a QV box layout, vertical box layout. Okay, and then we need to layout.add widget. We need to add the top row to this layout. Okay, we set the window layout to the vertical box layout, and then we set the minimum size, and we should have something here. Let's see. Yes, we have the same thing than we had before. Yes, I know you're a C# guy, Big Pad. Does it only work on Windows? Can't you do some magic trickery and use .NET Core on Linux to do GUI stuff? Oh, the WPF is and WinForms frameworks. They don't exist on Linux, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm mixing stuff with .NET Core and GUI, which shows how much I know about this Microsoft environment. Right. I want this to be on top here, and I want something else to be below here. And to do that, I think I'm gonna have to tell either the layout or the widget that it can expand below that. But let's think for a moment. What are we going to display in this bottom part? We're going to display the results of our search. So eventually there's gonna be some kind of card with the icon, program name, kind of what the boutique does right now, and shows the description. We're gonna need to show if it's a snap or a deb, and then have the option to install or remove the software. So it's gonna be a scrolling thingy. I'm pretty sure it's not called scrolling thingy in Qt, but it's called what is it called? What is it called? A Q scroll area? Yeah, probably the Q scroll area. Let's say it's a scroll area. How does the scroll area work? And welcome back, Wolfin. Q scroll area. How does that work? The Q scroll area class provides a scrolling view onto another widget. A scroll area is used to display the contents of a child widget within a frame. Image label. So that's some C code, but that's the same kind of. Scroll area. Set background role. I have no idea what that means, but yeah, okay. And scroll set widget image label. Okay. So back to VS Code. We're gonna ultimately have to do set widget de something. What is this something going to be? We're going to show a list of packages. So my guess is it's going to be a group. It's going to be a group where we're going to display all the results one after the other. So that's going to be vertically aligned. So that's going to be a vertical box layout once again in this group. Okay. So let's create a scroll group equals Q group box, and let's say scroll group set layout scroll layout. Of course, we did not define scroll layout just yet. Scroll area can go there. It doesn't need to be defined before that. Scroll layout equals Q V box layout. Okay, we have a layout, we have a group. The group has its layout, and so the widget in there is the group, I think. So that's gonna be an empty group. Is it gonna crash? It might. I don't know. That didn't work. That didn't work as expected. What did I forget? Oh, yes, of course. Of course, this scroll area is nowhere. So we need to, okay, we need to remove that and make that a function. So that's going to be the scroll layouts. No, not at all. That's going to be the scroll area equals self.build scroll area. Let's go and define that function. Defined build scroll area returns a Q scroll area. Doing. Okay, we create a layout, we create a group, we create an area, we return the scroll area. All right. So that's what we have here. That should be scroll area. Yes. And we need to add that to our layout. Otherwise, it won't appear anywhere. Okay. Let's see. Build takes 0 positional argument, but 1 was given because I am an idiot. Ta-da! Oh, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but we have a nice border. So that's probably our scroll area here. Let's see. I have seen something in the page there. Set background role, Q palette dark. Can we do something like that? That's the scroll area. Can we do something like scroll area that set background role Q what? Q palette dot bright. What was the example? It was dark. So if there's dark, there's bright, light, maybe light. What does that do? Ah, that's better for you know, to see where they are. Okay, that's not too bad so far. There are other frameworks that works, but WPF and WinForms use proprietary Microsoft technologies that are in .NET Core, but .NET team wasn't allowed to open source. Ah, okay. I see. There is GTK framework, but it's just artful at this. As artful as, okay. Hurtful, not hurtful. Okay. Right, let's keep moving. I want to just demonstrate how that works. Well, I want to see how it works. So I have a scroll area, I have a layout. I probably need to add some stuff in this layout. So we're going to do something kind of debuggy, something that is not going to stay there. For X in range of, I don't know, 30. We're going to add labels in there just to see it scroll. Label equals Q label, I think. What should we put there? Something very simple like line X. Hello, Eric. How are you? Yeah, you had an eventful day. Well, now you know you've turned on the soap opera, and then you can relax and enjoy the show. Okay, it's a soap opera, or is it a sitcom? It might be both. Is there like sitcoms that, you know, lasted for like 10 years, something like that? Yes, I probably. Okay, so we're going to create 30 labels that we need to add to the scroll layout. Add widget label. Okay. Let's see. Maybe the Earth is going to explode after this thing. Ooh. Oh, it does work. Look at that. Now I'm confused. I think this is not... Yeah, why is... Ah, it has resized itself. It didn't stay at the minimum size. That's okay. That's okay. It can resize. And we do have a scrolling window with 29 lines. 30 lines from 0 to 29. Awesome. I've never seen a Python GUI built from the ground up. This is cool. Yeah. What I was saying earlier is that I'm doing that. I'm building this as code. As you can see, I'm writing all the code to build the groups, the layouts, the things like that. I probably will start doing that in the future and use QtCreator as everybody does. I just wanted to realize how hard it is to do it by hand to then appreciate the tool more. you know, because if you use a tool and then start coding, and yeah, okay, that's fine. Just if you know if you have an idea of what the tool does in the background, then I think I always find it more interesting to know what the tool does and how much it helps. Try setting the max size for scroll bars for scroll area. Yes, I can do that. But you know, it doesn't bother me too much. What I want is that it doesn't go below a certain point, so we can, you know, try and build our GUI so that it fits for this size, and then we'll, you know, eventually we're going to maximize that and see how it goes too. I had a look at how the software boutique works right now, and well, let's just say it's not very pretty what happens when you resize the window. Okay, I think it's time we get some action here. So we can click on this button and type some text here and maybe press the enter key so that we can quickly search for a package. So how do we do that? Well, if my memory is correct, we need to connect a handler on the button. There is the button. Okay. I want to go there, and the event is clicked. And when this button is clicked, I want to connect with self dot, let's call it button clicked. Would you call it button click or button clicked? If you guys have you know, conventions or preferences or stuff like that, just leave it in the chat or in the comment below. I'm going to go with button click right now, and I can change that later if needed. Let's define a handler for this. So that's going to be button click self, and that's returning nothing. Right. Well, standard development practice. Just print something and see if it works before going further. So button click. Yeah, I need a little bit more exclamation marks. Button clicked, says Big Pod. All right, so that's 1 point for button clicked. Let's see if we have more comments. Let's see if that worked. Yay! Button clicked. We need to get the text that's in there. All right. This function is a member of the boutique window class, so it can access instance variables. So let's go here. And this text field, instead of being a local variable to this instance function, is going to become an instance variable just by the magic of Python. There we go. There we go. Let's go there. How do we get the value of this thing? Let's call upon the power of our friend, the search engine. QLineEdit get value. Get the value from a QLineEdit. Yes, accept all cookies. text. There's a text method. There it is. Okay, so that's gonna be like our query. Query and button click. Query equals. We need a magic F at the beginning of this string so we can interpolate the values. We might not need that many exclamation marks now, because we won't be surprised even if it works. See, did we do some? Oh yeah. What happens if we don't write it? It's just empty. Okay. Okay, that works. That will work. Okay. What else do we want to do? Do we want to clear the text when we click on the button before we call? Oh, let's call the search functions. So let's see. If we go to our Python 3 lib boutique and go to the boutique py, that dispatches commands to package handler. Okay. Package handler. Okay, it's there. Do we have a what's that exactly? Can we import that? Libboutique dot package handler. Can we import that? Import libboutique dot package. No. Huh. That's probably only the I probably only installed the code, the code from the library. Okay, so that's the handler for the search command, which is what we are looking for tonight. I'm going to move this function somewhere in the library, but for now I'm going to copy and paste the code. So let's go back to the main thing and paste that here, indent that correctly. Snap service, no suggestions. Okay. Yes, because snap service and package kit service needs to be defined there. Again, that's a hack for the moment. Snap service, yes, auto import snap service. Package kit service, auto import. Great. That's package name. I have no problem with that. And we're going to print that on the console. Okay, let's see. Did that work? Okay, if I search for OBS Studio. Enter does not work. Search does work though. What's happening? Sorry. Nothing is happening. That's disappointing. It is disappointing. Why? So why? Print search returned. I wrote OB Studio instead of OBS Studio. Okay, so that confirms that I'm an idiot, as we have already previously established. OBS Studio. Yeah, search. That works a lot better. Thank you, Big Pod. Okay. Well, we need to print stuff now, so we probably need to print. Let's go with the name and the version, of that. I want to implement this return thing, because I don't like the idea of not being able to just hit enter and get the search. I also want to clear this. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I think this should be cleared if we find something. Yeah, I'm going to clear it. Because I can. And so once we are done here, self dot text field dot text. Nope. So it's a setter. It's probably set text. Yes. Set text. The null string. Eric agrees with me. Okay. So we're going to clear that. So it's clear. Now, how do I let's call our Google friend. QLineEdit on Turkey. Detecting enter on the QLineEdit or Q push button. Well, that looks exactly what I need to do. No. For the QLineEdit, connect to the return pressed signal. Okay, return pressed. That's Qt 4, but hopefully it still works in Qt 5. Where's my QLineEdit? Not here, somewhere here. That's my text field. It's there. So self dot text field dot return pressed. That's what they said. And I'm going to guess that it can use the same callback. Oh, and we said we're going to call that button clicked. Button clicked. All right. Okay. Let's try again. And let's do OBS Studio. Enter. Oh, that's nice. Okay, we can see already that we have a problem that we're gonna have to fix at some point. It's that while the search is running, the GUI is frozen. So that means we're gonna have to run the search in a, I think they call it worker thread, which is a thread that does not freeze the UI. But for now, I'm good. Okay, we need to remove all this and replace this with our results. Or how about we start small and just add that to the current results. So what we are going to do is we are going to create labels and add that to scroll layout. We need to transform scroll layout in instance variables. Or you put a loading type icon while the search is happening. Yes, I think we need to do both actually, because the UI is frozen. So we need to execute the search in a worker thread while we update the GUI thread with this spinner. Oh, you know what? I just had an idea. We could use. Let's go back to the chat for a moment. We could use the rondel, the Ubuntu Mate logo, and make that spin while we do the search. That would be awesome. I need. Well, now I need to try that. Thank you, Eric. As if I didn't have any, a lot to do already. I need to cut this thing, this little sticker here. It keeps moving, and it's not very gracious. Let's hide that for the moment. Go back to the code. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Use the Ubuntu Mate logo as a spinner. That's gonna be fun. Okay, we need that. To do that, we need to transform scroll layout from a local variable to an instance variable. So let's do that. And I love Visual Studio Code, and it tells you instantly where you broke stuff. Okay, so we're gonna have to do something like that, and do that in something like that here. Except we don't want to print line something. We want to print package name and package.version. That's what we said we were gonna do for now. Okay, let's see. Did that work or not? OBS Studio. Enter. Okay. Not exactly what I expected. So what's going on here? Why? The scroll area is as wide as this, but I think either the level or is it, or maybe the other one of those don't expand. One of those doesn't expand. It's getting late, and you can guess the time of the day by the number of mistakes I make in English. That needs to be fixed somewhere. So we have a scroll layout. We have a label. We add that to the layout. So that's that could be that. Maybe this thing is not stretched. You go away. You come back here and search for OBS Studio. I don't know if they have stats of the number of searches for each packages, but I'm searching for OBS Studio about 500,000 times per week. Okay, what? Nope, that didn't help. Okay, there's one more thing that can be expanding, maybe? Nope. That can't be. So the group is probably wide enough because we can't do anything else here. Yeah, that would be a fun data to keep track of. I agree. And you would see that some days the same IP requests the same package 500,000 times, and then you probably could say, okay, so this guy is doing something shady. Oh, it's the French guy again. Let's just ignore all these this part of the dataset. How about we try to do something stupid like setting the background role. It gets a color role, so let's go QPalette. What do we have? Right there, active button, color group, color role. I don't even know what I'm doing here, just so you know. I actually wanted to set the color of the widget, but I don't know if it's even possible. I think it's not possible. I was disappointed that the Ubuntu team never released an anonymized dataset of the Ubuntu telemetry. Yeah, that would have been fun too. See how many people install on VMs and real machines and stuff like that. So, Can we? No. Okay, my friend Google, come back here. QLine, no, QLabel set border. To add border on QLabel. Set style sheet. Oh, okay. Okay, still set style sheet. All right, let's do this. Self.set style sheet border 1 pix solid white background color pink, because there's not enough. There's never too much pink in life. Ooh, look at that. Not what I was expecting, but we can see that this is really oh, okay. So the style sheet applies to every element. I would need to, I might not be streaming. Am I back? Yeah. Seems that I'm back. OBS just disconnected and reconnected. Well, let's move on. That's the pink. You're right, Eric. It was too much pink for OBS. It just couldn't handle that much pink. Oh no, that's because I said self. So I did set the style sheet on the window and not just on the labels. So let's try again properly. And yeah, that's much better. So those labels are not expanded, and that's a problem. So why? So why are they not expanded? Live debugging. I was not expecting a live debug session, but hey, why not? Why not? So we add that to the scroll layout, and the scroll layout is added to the scroll group, which is a Q group. Oh, yes. No. No. The scroll group. Where's the scroll group? Except it's SetWidget. Scroll area SetWidget. What? Ah, that's the problem. That is the problem. The window, the scroll group inside the scroll area does not expand. It's not a problem with the labels, because, well, not yet. Anyway, right now I have a problem with the scroll group that is not expanding. The scroll group didn't expand. What does our friend, the search engine, says? Q scroll area content does not expand. Having a student dynamically fit its parent, but does not. What? How do I resize the content of a student as more widgets are placed inside? No. So that's the question. Widget Resizable. This property holds whether the scroll area should resize the view widget. If this property is set to false, the default the scroll area honors the size of its widget. Okay. We have learned something. Well, I have learned something. I don't know if you have learned something, but I have. The scroll area is here, and we need to say scroll area dot resize widget resizable equals true. Let's do that again, and nope. Nope, nope, no. Okay, so and it almost no. As well as I should resize the window with the view widget. That's what I want. I want it to do. The scroll area honors the size of the widget. If you're coming here from Google and not having luck with the accepted answer, that's because you're missing the other secret invocation. Scroll area SetWidget. You must create and explicitly identify a single widget which is to be scrolled. Yeah, that's what I've done. It's not enough to just add the item as a child. Adding multiple items directly to the scroll area will also not work. This could demonstrate a simple working example. Okay, and then there's a frame. The frame, oh, it's a frame, it's not a group. Oh. And then scroll.setWidget frame. And then they build a push button and they add that to the layout. Okay. But they did that with a frame and not a group. Does it change something? Only one way to know. Oops. Not a Q-frame, just a Q-frame. Nope. I'm probably missing something that is very obvious. But I don't know what. I have done everything they said. I have a scroll area. I have set widget resizable. Oh, that's a method. Set widget resizable true. I'm an idiot. That has been proven many times tonight. Ta-da! Okay, so let's go back to what I did earlier. That was a Q group box because I like that more than with a frame. And let's see if it's working. It is working. Okay, good. We can get rid of the pink now. Look. Okay. And now it's time to search for OBS Studio. Hit return. Wait for the results to come back. And go to the bottom line. Yes. Look at that. Look at that. We have our results. Awesome. Now if we go with GIMP, it should add the results at the bottom of the list. Yeah. We got ourselves a software boutique. Yeah. I was the dummy who couldn't get simple bar plots working in my last live stream. Yeah, I have learned a lot of stuff. As I said earlier, I had rehearsed a little bit. I had stuff prepared, but yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It's not a software boutique yet, but it's getting there. So we're coming up to an hour of stream, and I'm going to go a little bit further. I would like to remove the content before I add the new results, because you know that's how things work in real life. So if I remember correctly, I need to get all the widgets from the layout of the scroll area. So that will be our scroll layout. So I need to do stuff. The stuff I need to do is this prior to adding. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, right here. So we get the package name. We don't need this now. We know it's working. That's gonna go somewhere in a function, and what we can do is here we're going to do while self.scrollLayout.count, which is going to give us the number of widgets in the layout. Item equals self dot scroll layout dot take at 0. So that's going to give us a layout item. Is it item or item? I never knew that. I always say item, but maybe I'm doing this wrong. So, Eric, you are the resident English speaker in the chat tonight. So is it item or item? Or maybe it's both, like tomato, tomato. Or maybe we don't care. Item, if item, and item dot widget. Then how do we remove a widget from a layout? By Qt5, remove widget from layout. How do I remove a widget? No. If your widget have no child widgets, that depends on it. I think you can use layout.remove widget self.widget name. What? Layout.remove widget. What? Self.scroll layout.remove widget. It needs a widget. So item.widget. Okay. And then I think I need to do something weird like this dot remove later. Delete later. Delete later. Item with an I sounding like the letter is most common here. Okay, so that's an item then. Item is probably the French version, you know, where we don't bother saying it as it should be said. Okay. Well, last run. The last ride of the day. OBS Studio. Very good song, by the way. Last ride of the day. Nightwish. Look it up on YouTube. Awesome song. Attribute error. Ooh. Non-type object has no attribute. Delete later. Ooh. What? Non-type object. So I removed it from here. Oh, maybe it did that already. Or maybe I should do this here. Or maybe I don't need to do this. We're going to learn together. So that was not the last ride of the day, but maybe this is. Not exactly what I expected, but I think I know why. I think this is the scroll area and there's only 2 items in there. And so they spread. They spread all the way here. Huh. One last thing. I feel like I'm at work, you know. Just one last thing. And then 3 hours later, you're still doing this thing. Maybe we don't need the widget resizable. Maybe we don't. OBS Studio. Yes, we do. We do need this thing. We do need it. Okay. Well, that's gonna be something I'm gonna do offline, off stream, and probably when we come back, probably next week. I'm gonna have that fixed. But yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Let's see with GIMP what it does. Maybe GIMP, yeah, that's the problem, I think, because now we have more results than we can fit, and they're all well aligned. Does that seem Does that seem like a PDF comes back with a GIMP search? Maybe there's GIMP in the description or something. So that's GIMP. That one is a snap and the other one is the deb. Oh, by the way, if you're using GIMP and you have you results, you're using Python plugins on GIMP, they have dropped Python support in GIMP without, well, I was gonna say without warning. I don't know. I haven't I haven't looked at the release notes, but that's the only instance where snaps were not my friends, because the snap has been updated with the latest version and the snaps updated itself on my machine, and suddenly I've lost the Python support in GIMP. And I was very, very sad because I wrote some plugins for my podcast where I click a button and it generates tons of stuff, images and stuff like that. And it didn't work. So what I did is I used Glimpse in the GIMP fork, which still have Python support. And hopefully in GIMP 3 will bring Python support back. Well, we do have results. That's nice. What else can we test? What else can we test? Ubuntu MATE Boutique. No, that's not Ubuntu MATE Boutique. That's Software Boutique, or is it? I think it's Software Boutique. Good. It clears the results and doesn't show anything. Good. Software Boutique. The Software Boutique brings something. Nope. Oh well. Boutique. Well, that doesn't bring anything either. So yes, let's go back to GIMP. GIMP was a good search. Results. Yeah, we have results. Okay. Well, let's go back to the chat window. So there we have it. The first windows of the Software Boutique 2.0. I need to stop putting H's where there's no H's and forgetting H's where they are. English is a difficult language at 40 minutes past 10 p.m. Well, that's it for this stream. Hopefully it was interesting. I know I've learned some stuff live, just looking at that. Having an audience really brings something to doing software development. And I think it's getting addictive, because I was thinking about live streaming my research in building my custom Stream Deck. I started looking into how to connect the Raspberry Pi or whatever device is going to run the Stream Deck, the DIY Stream Deck, to the PC, and I have discovered, for example, I didn't want to have to configure network things. I wanted it to be as simple as plugging a real Stream Deck in a PC with a USB cable, which is what I suppose it's doing. And so I discovered ZeroConf, which is a Python module which does things like bonjour or AVAHI, that stuff that makes it easy to connect to a client, to a server on the networks. And it was really interesting. And I was doing some coding, and I thought, hey, I need to do that live. I need to show my inability to code to more people. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. Maybe that's gonna be on Twitch. I'm going to probably keep this development for Ubuntu Mate on YouTube, and maybe go to Twitch to stream the DIY Stream Deck. We'll see. In any case, I will do some refactoring, try and fix a few things before next session, which should be next week, hopefully. We're going to try and have more information in the display. We need to show the description, maybe the version number. We already have the version. We need to add 2 buttons, install and remove packages, and yeah, and stuff like that. We're gonna also have to think about localization at some point. And add some icons. I guess I'm gonna have to have a chat with Martin about what he's expecting for the boutique. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I need to drink something. Let's have a look at the chat before we leave. Yeah, famous last word. Just one last thing. Yeah. I spent a week refactoring a legacy application into a more robust framework, and I thought it was going to be easy. Yeah. What did you miss, Big Pod? I don't know. When did you leave? Alright, so Eric is gone to pick the little one up. Okay. Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Wolfin. Thank you, Big Pod. Thank you, Eric, for joining tonight. It was fun doing this little bit of coding. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget to click subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. That's always nice. Click the bell thingy to be notified when I come back online. The plan is to come back next week, but life and all, anything can happen between now and next week. So fingers crossed. You can always join the Wimpy's World Discord if you want to chat with us, if you're not already in there. I'm going to try another link to the Discord in the I was going to say the show notes, in the description of this video. Yes, Python is very interesting. I agree. The more I do Python, the more I like it. It's awesome. You can do a lot of very cool stuff. And as we said with Big Pod, I think it was last week or something, if you have, because Python is not the fastest language on earth, but it interacts with C library very easily. So if there's something really too slow, then you can just code a function in C and then call that from Python. So it's just awesome. And there are packages for almost anything. So that's great. Thank you, everyone. I've been the French guy from Switzerland, Yannick, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.